Hey there, how you doing? Welcome back to Double M Moogie. For this video, I decided to talk about some long overdue things I wanted to mention about some of my favorite people on the planet.
Oh no.
That's right, Momo.
Ugh, are we talking ponies?
And what's the problem with ponies?
Nothing. Ponies are precious. It's just that half of our videos involve them.
You know, you'd think that, but when I talk about the Bronies NYC events, it's rare that actual ponies get mentioned.
Are you sure about that?
Well, with the exception of Luna's name drop during Nightmare Night, I don't really talk about them. I bet none of my viewers even know who my favorite pony is.
Huh.
I can see the wheels in your head turning. It's because I'm right, isn't it?
You made a good point, that's all. Wait, who is your favorite pony anyway?
Well, even though I find myself to be a bit of a Fluttershy, what with the whole quiet until push thing I have going on,
you also have a bit of a Dr. Dolittle thing going on.
my favorite of the main six is actually Rarity, with DJ Pone 3 being my favorite overall, as unlikely as it is. Do you have a favorite, Momo?
Isn't it obvious?
Huh?
Discord is my favorite. Who else would it be?
I shouldn't have even bothered asking. Regardless of all that, I didn't write this script up to analyze every thought and feeling I have towards My Little Pony.
I promise that the day you do, I won't be participating.
I actually wrote this episode to talk about some of the events that I went to in 2017, involving the Bronies NYC gang, and about a future event I actually plan to go to.
More ponies.
More fun!
Should I just zone out now?
I'm sure you'll find something to say eventually.
If you say so.
So, the last time I talked to you guys was a week after Nightmare Night, which, as you remember, was actually kind of fun. There have been one or two since then, and even beforehand that I neglected to mention for various reasons.
Laziness, forgetfulness, insecurity, the need to sleep over the need to create, essentially running away from all of your problems.
How's that zoning out working for you? Over the summer, we had a couple of small pool parties that we went to, where we spent the day by the pool.
Or swimming around in it if you're us.
Riding an inflatable bull, playing with a giant rainbow dash, and having loads of fun playing what was essentially volleyball in the pool.
Though I felt bad for Velvet getting stuck as our designated ball fetcher for a period of it thanks to our inability to keep it within the fence.
We're some competitive people, what can I say?
That, or maybe you don't know how to properly hit a ball.
The best feeling was being able to just be myself around them without worrying about what their reaction might be once my hair went all crazy after being immersed in water.
The best feeling for me was whenever I got my hands on the giant pink floating ring.
Remember when we got Mew to jump through it?
Quite the agile one she is. Man, I want to go swimming now.
It's the middle of winter.
Ugh, nothing to bring you back to reality like that deadpan statement.
I don't blame you though. Those get-togethers were so much fun. It was a little tough for me personally since I'd just gotten through recovery and I still couldn't eat much. Or anything. I couldn't even finish a burger.
But we tried venison for the first time, and we got to know a few things about some of the bronies we don't typically speak to.
That's true. It made socializing at larger events a little easier, like the Friendsgiving event that followed Nightmare Night.
Food extravaganza.
I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to make it to this event. I was pretty sick the day before, and I've been dealing with some pretty heavy stuff.
Stories for future videos.
Definitely. But Mew kind of yanked my chain a bit, and then of course I found out that Buddha was also going.
The rarest of appearances from the B-Man himself.
So, just the thought of laughing and sharing dinner as the four of us kind of made me recover faster, I guess?
You know what they say.
What's that?
Friendship is magic.
A pony joke in a pony video about a pony event centered around My Little Pony. How do you do it?
Ponyception.
So, we went to the church where the events are typically held, from my understanding, and found that a lot of the seats had been pushed to the front part of the venue, where everyone joined together to watch Spider-Man Homecoming.
But since we got there a little late, Moogie immediately turned around.
Spoilers!
I can't believe we still haven't seen it.
That, or Thor, or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, or Pirates. I mean, there's just so much that we missed movie-wise in 2017.
Almost makes me miss working for AMC. Almost being the key word here.
So, I spent a lot of time catching up with Buddha and Wolfie outside while Mew made her usual rounds among the attendees. And then, it happened.
Senpai!
Rainbow Senpai. You gotta say it right.
He came out of the church and we just about pounced on him.
Him and Papa Bill once we got inside. And of course, we also got to see, hug, and fangirl with Velvet Star, Bit, and a few others. Getting to see them occasionally is so great. It feels like the air is lighter around them.
Kind of like New York becomes less New Yorky.
Mew would hiss if she heard you say that. She's convinced they're slowly trying to convince her to move closer to or into New Jersey.
Senpai says Mew is at war with the world, though.
For New York. For glory. For the Big Apple.
Okay.
The next part was something special. Rainbow Senpai gave a small little speech about how proud he was of the ability to have a group come together year after year to make this possible, and it was heartwarming, really.
As kind of antisocial as we are, going to these events isn't just fun, it's a change from the norm. We're more social, and we haven't had one complaint since we started spending time with you.
And that's saying something, considering Momo is one bratty Moogle.
I have standards.
Sure, we'll call them that.
Tell them about the next thing.
Oh yeah, so Senpai gives his speech, and we're feeling warm and happy and excited for food things, and they drop the curtain that's covering the dining area. My jaw dropped. The very long table was decorated with these beautiful candles and these amazing centerpieces made of white day roses and red lilies. At least I think they were lilies. I'm not much of a green thumb.
We knew it would be nice. We didn't expect for it to be gorgeous.
You can tell that a lot of work and effort was put into everything, even down to the way Bit walked around pouring wine for everyone around the table.
Wine? It was juice.
Where in the world is your imagination, Momo?
I am made of imagination. Nobody ever said I had to have one of my own.
Anyway, there was loads of food there. From having Thanksgiving dinner to White Castle to pizza, Mew made baked ziti and Velvet made spaghetti. One of the attendees made cornbread from scratch. That was really good.
Everything was so tasty. There was one magical soul who brought pernil. No Thanksgiving dinner is complete without that.
Speaking as a representative of Puerto Rico,
The land of coquito and pasteles.
though we were very much guilty of eating with our eyes, we could barely finish half our plates.
Oh, you so did that strategically.
I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah, okay. Tiny banana stomach and you decide to get a normal-sized portion of everything?
Whether or not it was intentional, I did wrap up what I could not finish.
But apparently we seriously missed out on the dessert table.
Yeah, all of that stuff was thoroughly cleaned out. Leave it to us as adults to act like big old kids when sweets are involved.
Though you wouldn't have been able to recognize any of us from one event to the next. Everyone looked so grown up and fancy at the black and white party.
Ah yes, the most recent one. Bronies NYC held a New Year's Eve party at that same church. This time it was decorated in black, white, and silver.
How I wish we could have actually had some champagne.
We have all our lives to get fancy with alcohol.
Speaking of fancy, are we not going to talk about the fact that we wore a dress for the first time since, what, high school?
Oh yeah. It was a simple black dress off of Amazon that I added to in little ways to fit the theme of the party. I felt, I don't know, genuinely feminine?
It was an excuse to bring out the inner princess. It seemed like it would be a lot of work, but it was actually a lot of fun.
The music was great, and we actually got to see Rainbow Senpai work.
We did a skit early in the event, too, despite trying to escape with Ralph.
Oh yeah, there was no way Wolfie was letting us get away from that.
Oddly enough, it was actually kind of fun. And that Zaggy was really good at playing Discord.
Hear that? She likes the way you played her favorite character. That's worthy of a blue ribbon somewhere.
He made it rain chocolate!
He also set the curtains on fire.
It was beautiful.
And for the other skit, I just have to say that Bit plays a very good hoity-toity.
I say, what a charming impersonation. One would think the actor himself was standing there.
Never, ever do that again.
It was weird switching roles with Mew on that one.
Playing Cadence in front of our honorary Cadence was a surreal experience.
And yet you took it.
I mean, my other option was to have 3 times as many lines playing Rarity. No thanks, I can't pull that off.
You're right, Mew was perfect as Rarity.
Besides, being Cadence wasn't too bad.
And we were being thoroughly rewarded with sushi afterwards, since we once again missed out on the pizza.
Kumo to the rescue.
Kubo?
No, Kumo.
Oh! At least you didn't get the mango thing this time.
Being able to count down with everyone at the end of the night, actually dancing with friends,
Sober,
just being able to let loose generally,
and looking good while doing so,
made it such an amazing way to bring in the new year. And who better than with colorful people like those who are basically the heart of Bronies NYC?
which brings us to now.
It's a little late to be making an end-of-the-year review of 2017, considering the time that I'm posting this, but I would like to extend my thanks not only to the community in general for accepting us with open arms, but huge virtual hugs go out to Papa Bill, Rainbow Senpai, Velvet Star, and BitGamer for making us feel welcomed every time we cross their paths.
We get all warm and gooey on the inside whenever we think about seeing you guys at events.
And we definitely can't wait to see you at the Love Sensation mashup.
What makes you so excited for this one in particular?
Well, after the Black and White party and seeing the full potential of what one of these events can be, who wouldn't want to go back? And did you see the post for it?
What about it?
It's going to be an anime and video game themed event, Jet Set Radio versus Air Gear. They're even going to have emulation set up in an arcade, while still having all the old favorites from the past 8 years. I'm stoked to see what it's going to look like.
Did you say air gear?
Yeah?
Bring it on.
Haha! Do you guys have any colorful cartoons you're into? And what classic anime would you love to see remastered? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook to keep up with the latest in Double O Moogie.
We also rant about whatever we've seen or played lately on WordPress. Look us up at Double O Moogie.
Like and subscribe if you like what you saw and would want to see more.
Bye.